Hello, beautiful people. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching, and listening. This is going to be the mid-March 2022 reading for the zodiac sign of Cancer. As always, my readings are very intuitive, so I'll provide you the meaning of the tarot cards as well as any intuitive messages I receive. But I do recommend you check out your sun, moon, and rising just to get a full picture of everything that's going on. Also, if you've not done so already, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. That helps me a lot. And also, when you subscribe, you'll be notified when I post videos in the future. But with that being said, let's go ahead and jump in and get started. In column number 1, we're going to take a look at what's wrapping up and coming to a close for you. Column number 2, we're going to take a look at what's going to happen through the end of March. Then we're going to do a money column, love, and in the 5th and final column, we're going to do a message from our future self or spirit guides. We're also going to do 3 yes or no questions, a healing crystal, and a healing note for you. Let's see what we've got. We're going to pull a summary card here. We have the card Expectation. So this can go one of two ways, Cancer. Things either could have gone the way you expected in the last few weeks, or they maybe are not meeting your expectations. Things are exceeding your expectations or not exceeding your expectations. But let's pull some cards and see what we've got. The first card that we have is the Emperor card. The Emperor card is a card of respect, leadership, but it's also very much so a strategic planning type card. So you're forward thinking. You've been planning for something is kind of the message that I'm getting there. The next card that we have is the Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles is also long-term thinking. It's about doing right with your money long-term. We call this the leaving a legacy card. It can also be like a financial gain, retirement, inheritance. But I just feel like you've been focused long-term a lot lately. And at the bottom we have the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords is a card of low feelings. It could be heartbreak, loss, depression. Overall kind of a sad card. But with this card, this is about kind of pulling the sword out of your own heart, making sure that you're doing that healing on your own, feeling better. I feel like kind of tying these together, there's something that you've been worried about, and like only you can correct this worry, Cancer. So you've been really long-term focused, very strategic. You want to make sure you're meeting your own expectations. But this is saying that like you can get you there. But let's see what messages I have. Let's clarify this column and see what else we can come up with. The first card that we have is the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups is a card of reflection. It's kind of like nostalgia almost. It can indicate reunions. You could have been reconnected with somebody from the past. But I really feel like you're reflecting on where you've been and focusing on where you want to go. Again, I feel like for some of you, you're not meeting your own expectations, but this is like very future focused. Reflection is always good. The next card that we have is the Sun card. I hope that you can take this kind of as an indicator of comfort and that things are going to be good for you, Cancer. But with the Sun card, this is a card of material happiness. It's a joyous outcome. It's success. So I'd say this long-term strategic that you've been focused on is going to work out for you. You're going to be in this happy, successful, joyous place that you want to be in. The next card that we have is the Justice card. The Justice card is always favorable for you, but this is like cause and effect, win-win solutions. Maybe you find out the truth on something and that enables you to do some healing, but like this is saying like you're only going to benefit yourself by going through whatever this is, and again kind of pulling the sword out of your own heart. You need to do some self-healing here, but it'll be very much so a win-win situation for you. Again, truth could be coming. This is very much so a truth coming out card. So you might find truth on something that enables to do some healing as well. But it's kind of closing the chapter on some of those lower feelings. Now let's take a look at our next column, which is what's coming for the end of March. We have the card Influence. This is an interesting card. This is saying that you have a lot of influence on those around you and your surroundings. This even implies that you could like influence the moon, which I know sounds silly, but it's like you do have a really great impact on what's happening, Cancer. But let's read through this and see what kind of things are coming through the end of March for you. Again, this is just kind of a general look. Pentacle energy is coming through pretty strong in this column for you. Pentacles are earth signs, and it's also very physical, so a lot of this could be tangible or physical going into the end of March. But the first card that we have is the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles is very patient, so do take this as a reminder to continue to be patient. But this is a card of potentially getting a new job, getting a raise, some sort of money news. Again, this is something that you would have influence over. So your quality of work, being promoted, getting a raise, saying that you have influence over this new job, money, raise, anything of that sort. The next card that we have is the Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles indicates having to make a choice typically. You see there's one of two things here. The Two of Pentacles can also be multitasking though. So you could have a lot going on this month. So you could just feel like you're juggling a lot of tasks. Remember that you have influence over that though. So if you are juggling too many things, Cancer, don't hesitate to put a few down. And then at the bottom here, we have the Six of Cups again. I feel like you're really in a reflection period still. Very nostalgic, looking back. This could again be a card of reunion. This is also sometimes like a gift of some sort with the Six of Cups. You see this person is gifting this other person a cup with flour in it. Some of you could be getting a money type gift, which would make sense with the Page of Pentacles. That could be that raise, that new job, promotion. So I feel like there could be a financial gift coming to you in the remainder of this month. Let's see what messages we've got here. The first card that we have is the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is about trying to find the truth on something. So I feel like some of you are looking for truth. You are looking for answers for something almost. And that's on top of the Page of Pentacles, which is being very patient, but that new job, raise, money. I feel like some of you have been waiting for this, or you've been trying to figure out what you need to do to get a raise, or you've been trying to figure out what you need to do to get a promotion. And this is saying you have the influence over it, so I feel like you have figured it out. But some of you have been wondering how you get to this next step or that next financial move. The next card that we have is the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is a card of healing and being supportive. I think this is a reminder too to make sure that you ask for help. Again, for some of you, you're juggling a lot of things. Again, you have the influence of those things that you're juggling, so if you're juggling too many things, don't hesitate to put them down. With the Queen of Cups, this is being supported, so if you have a lot going on or you feel overwhelmed at any point in time, this is kind of like a reminder that you do have a good tribe behind you. Reach out to family, friends for support. The next card we have is the Tower card. The Tower card can be an unwanted change. Oftentimes it's a change that's necessary, but it doesn't happen when we want it to, or it doesn't happen the way we want it to. There are some things that you can directly influence and other things that you can indirectly influence. So I would say as this unwanted change comes up, you maybe can't influence the change itself, but you can influence the way you respond to it, really keeping in mind your influence card there. And it's on top of the Six of Cups, so you could be getting reunited with somebody you weren't wanting to get reunited with. Maybe you're reflecting and things just didn't happen the way you wanted them to happen. So you could be reflecting on something that happened that just didn't play out the way you had hoped for. Either way, again, you may not be able to impact that one thing, but you do have influence on the way that you respond. Now let's take a look at our next column, which is related to money. So think job, career, finances, businesses you run, investments you have, really anything related to money. The first card that we have is the Five of Cups. The Five of Cups is a card of loss, regret, low feelings. You see this person is dressed in black and their head is hanging low. They're looking at these 5 cups spilled and they're almost like grieving it. So there seems to be something that you're upset about at work. This could be even something like a coworker is leaving or your boss is leaving and you're upset about it. Maybe you like applied for a position and didn't get it. Maybe an investment is not going as well as you were hoping it would. There seems to be something that you're upset about. But the rest of the month looks really, really good. There's 2 other great money cards here. So whatever is bothering you, I would say not to give too much energy to, because things do look good. We have the Queen of Pentacles. This is very resourceful. Great card to have for money. When we think about having money and being resourceful, it means you're being smart with your money. And I would hope for all of you that you're smart with your money. So love to see the Queen of Pentacles in the money column. And then the next card that we have is the Four of Wands. This is a card of celebration. It could also be a card of reunion. You've had the term reunion come up a few times, Cancer. But it feels like there will be something money or career related that you'll be celebrating. But let's clarify and see what we've got. The first card we have is the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords is about having to make a decision or possibly compromise. So you might have felt like there was a work or money related compromise, and that could be what you're feeling upset about. You could also be like looking back on a decision you made and maybe not feeling great about that decision. Again, you can't change the past. You can't really focus on it too much. Everything's looking really good. So whatever this one thing is that's bothering you related to money or career, my advice is to not let it bother you, because I think money-wise you're going to be good. I think whatever the decision was or whatever happened the way it was supposed to. The next card that we have is the Fool card. The Fool card is new beginnings, fresh hope. It's taking chances, going on a new path or adventure. Some of you could be switching jobs, which is super exciting, or moving into a different role. But overall good. You could even just be taking on a new project or a new task at work, but it's going to be new, energizing. Again, that fresh hope associated with that card there. Then at the bottom we have the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is a new project or idea. So again, I do think some of you could be staying in the same job but just taking on something new. Whatever it is going to be worth celebrating. I think you're going to be recognized in a really positive light for whatever this is. If it's an employer-related thing, your employer is going to be really excited when you take on this new thing. But overall, there's something new and there's something positive definitely coming on that work and money front. Now let's take a look at our next column, which is anything related to love. So think family, friends, relationships, children. Again, anything love related. The first card we have is the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is one of my favorite cards in the entire deck. This is a card of good fortune. It's a card of luck, but it is a turning point. So a lot of you are going to be at a turning point in a relationship or in your love life. And with the Wheel of Fortune, it's a positive turn. So there's going to be some sort of good shift coming for you. The next card we have is the Ace of Pentacles. Anytime we have an ace card, it's a card of newness. Specifically, the Ace of Pentacles is typically new job, raise, promotion, investment, income. Some of you could be moving in together for the first time, and so that will be like new money in that sense. Your partner could be getting promoted, or there could be some sort of financial news related to your partner if you're in a relationship. This could be family money as well, new family money. Two definitely money heavy cards in the love column, but this could also be a new relationship in general or a new chapter. Again, we were talking about that we're at a turning point, so that turning point and newness kind of go hand in hand there. Then at the bottom here we have the Seven of Swords. This is an interesting card. A lot of times it's a card of like feeling betrayed or there being some sort of dishonesty. You see this person's like picking up their swords and scooting away. Some of you could feel like there is some dishonesty in the relationship and maybe we're at the turning point there. Maybe that's what's prompting this new relationship or this new chapter. But there's like forward movement in your love life is the message that's coming through there, Cancer. But let's clarify and see what other messages I can give you. The first card we have is the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is about being very reliable and being patient. I do feel like a lot of you have like waited to get to this turning point or have worked really hard for this turning point. So patience is kind of echoing through there. We have another money card here with the Ten of Pentacles. This is like leaving a legacy. It's long term. Again, I mentioned family money with our Ace of Pentacles. This is oftentimes a card of inheritance or retirement. So there does seem to be some sort of family related money shift that's going to happen for you. And then at the bottom we have the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is new project, new inspiration. But this is more like new in general. Moving away from this dishonesty, moving away from this betrayal. It's like a fresh start, new beginning there for you. Again, that could be in an existing relationship or an entirely new relationship. Now let's take a look at our fifth and final column, which is a message from our future self or spirit guide. So something to carry into the month of March with you. We have the card shift. Shifting is good. This is kind of like check and adjust. But when we shift, we're moving into like a new, better version of us. So I think there's a shift of you coming, definitely. But let's see what messages we have here. The first card we have is the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles is about working hard, but it's like you're working hard, but you're really good at what you're doing and people see it and value it. It's also about enjoying what you're doing too. For some of you, you may not be enjoying what you were doing previously, and that will be part of the shift, is like there will be some sort of new enjoyment. The next card that we have is the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is a card of resting, retreating, recovering. You always need to, before we take a step forward, we need to be well rested for that step forward. So in order to enable this shift, you need to make sure that you're taking care of yourself and that you're well rested. Then at the bottom we have the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups is a really great card. It's wishes coming true. I feel like this shift is going to be what you've been working towards, what you've really been wanting, which is awesome. The Nine of Cups is also material abundance, so very much so a money card. And it can be a card of good health too. So if you've been in poor health or somebody around you has been in poor health, this is a good health shift as well. But let's clarify and see what messages we get here. We have the Queen of Wands. This is about being confident and being self-assured. There are going to be times, Cancer, where you don't know if your work is being valued or appreciated. But with the Eight of Pentacles, this is saying you're hardworking and everyone knows how hard you're working. So in times where you're not feeling valued, make sure that you, in general, understand your self-worth. The next card that we have is the Hierophant. The Hierophant is a card, excuse me. The Hierophant is about being very conventional. It's about expectations, conformity, tradition. I feel like you need to get into a really good routine, and that's kind of an odd message, but that's the way that these two cards are coming together. It's like you haven't been regularly resting or taking care of yourself. This is saying you need to get into a good routine. I mentioned earlier you can't make these shifts. You can't keep moving forward if you're not well rested. So get into this cycle of resting and taking care of yourself. The next card that we have is the Ten of Cups. For those of you who know, this is my favorite card in the entire deck. We have the full rainbow, a happy couple, kids playing, the grass is green, there's running water, and a beautiful house in the background. It's like the card of everything. I do feel like you have your Nine of Cups here too, which is wishes coming true. This is saying you can literally have whatever you want. You've been working hard for it. Make sure you're resting. But this new shift is going to take you to a really good place. It's going to be that everything that you've wanted type feeling. Now at this point in time, I'm going to give you the opportunity to ask 3 yes or no questions. We're going to use the Gypsy Witch fortune telling deck. If you don't have 3 questions in mind, you can pause the video and think of them really quick. But for question number 1, we have the 9 of Spades. This is number 41 card. That's going to be a no. Question number 2, we have the Jack of Spades. This is number 52 card. That's going to be a yes. And for question number 3, we have the Jack of Hearts. This is number 22 card. That's going to be a no. So Cancer, we have no, yes, no. Earlier this month, if you watched your other video, we did pull a card from our Healing Stones deck. This is a crystal to keep with you through the month of March. You had Moonstone. Moonstone's a very feminine crystal, but it helps with devotion. It makes you very intuitive. And it really helps like keep craziness at bay. And then last but not least, we're going to do a card from our Healing Notes deck. Let's see here. Your message says, you are filled with healing love. Thank you so much, Cancer, for tuning in, watching, and listening. Please do like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how this video resonates with you. Again, if you subscribe, that helps me a lot, and you'll be notified when you post videos in the future. When I post videos in the future, I typically post a few Cancer videos a month. Also, if you feel inclined, I did include my Venmo in the comments box if you'd like to make a donation. But thank you so much, Cancer, and have a great rest of your March.